basic information straight out of the last 9 years of your high school, or not high school, but school career. What is an element? Yes, it's a thing. But what is that thing? What makes something an element? Is water an element? Okay. Chris?
Isn't it atoms stuck together?
No, that's a molecule. What is an element? Give me an example of an element. Iron. What's another example?
Neon.
Gold.
Silver.
Neon. Silver. Okay, what do all those have in common? I dig into the earth and I find a yellow, shiny rock. It's gold. I try to melt that down. I try to dissolve it. What's going to happen? What do I have left over? Still have gold. So then what makes something an element?
Oh, it can't be.
Yes, it cannot be broken down. Jake, write that down, please. Okay, so an element cannot be broken down into simpler substances. It is pure. Can't break down any further. That's what makes it an element. So I started off with elements, right? When we look around the world, we have matter all over the place. And guys, our elements, our atoms, are the building blocks of matter. So then what makes it a compound? Two or more elements mixed together. So Dakota, give me an example of a compound. Everyday compound. Talk about at least 3 or 4 of them already.
Oh, yeah, salt is. Okay.
Maybe a ring.
What do you mean by a ring?
Well, it could be like iron and gold or something.
Okay, so yeah, I might be able to have pyrite, which is actually a ferrous. I'm trying to remember what a pyrite is. Pyrite's actually not gold, it's iron. I should know that, and I don't. So you're thinking more like an alloy, which is a type of compound. It's a great type of special metallic bond. So I think we can go with that. I think we go with like brass as an example of a compound. Okay. And what is brass? You guys know?
Is it like copper and maybe mixed together or something? I
Uh,
know it's copper and something.
zinc, isn't it?
Sounds right.
I honestly don't know. What do you got? Does anybody know what brass is? I'm trying to remember. Oh, good job. Okay, well, let's move on from there. Give me another example. Lexi, give us another example of a compound. Oh, yeah, sorry, I'll let you swallow that first, though. Water, yes. Water, H2O. Dihydrogen monoxide. Yes.
Yeah, brass is made out of copper and zinc.
Copper and zinc. Woohoo!
Yeah, it's an alloy made of copper and zinc.
Copper and zinc. Okay. Logan, give me one more example of a compound. Salt. Yes, salt is also an example of that. Okay, Zane, you feel like you need to get involved here. What's another example? Ooh, concrete. As a compound.
It wasn't me.
Now, hold on. I want to make sure we make some clarifications on this. It is not a chemical compound. However, concrete is something that we, in terms of materials, it is a material compound. And the best thing about material compounds, they're actually stronger than the individual materials themselves. When we think about compounds, think like a compound bow, is layering of different materials and actually makes that material stronger. So the thing about concrete, while it's not chemically a compound, it is physically a compound. So not exactly that. But we could go with CO2, which is carbon dioxide, right? So that's also a compound. What makes something a molecule then?
That one, two elements, or not two elements, two atoms put together.
We'll go with that. Two atoms or two or more compounds chemically bonded. For example, guys, H2O is not a molecule. In fact, water as H2O does not exist. Water can only exist if it has at least two other waters. Okay, so you need to have two H2O as a water molecule. Another example of that is, what do we breathe? Oxygen, right? Okay. Yes, we breathe air, but specifically we breathe oxygen. Well, what form of oxygen? O2. Which again does not exist by itself. You need to have two O2s. So that's a molecule. So we got elements, compounds, and molecules. And they start to get bigger, bigger, bigger. By the way, guys, maybe you recognize this compound? C6H12O6. Alright, well, if you don't, that's fine. We'll come back to that later. So let's talk about atoms. Because what are atoms?
Small things. What?
Yeah, that's what makes up the element. It's the purest part of an element. Alright, and basically it's the building blocks of matter. It is the smallest part of an element that retains the properties of an element. Anna?
Is that simple thing we have to like do one?
So, as when we look at an atom, really? There's two places I want you guys to know about with the atom. That is the electron cloud and the nucleus. And just like in a cell, the nucleus